It wasn't a lucid dream. Not at first. It was one of those heavy, indistinct ones, where everything feels muffled like cotton pressed to your brain. I remember walking through a forest that smelled like my childhood home. Pine, old water, a hint of smoke. The trees weren't right, too smooth, too tall. No branches, just vertical columns, stretching into the dark sky like ribs from a buried creature. I was barefoot. I could feel the ground squirm beneath Mewett. Warm, wrong. I wasn't afraid until I saw myself. I was standing about 20 feet ahead, half lit in the blue fog. Same clothes, same height, same everything. But I knew it wasn't me. It didn't breathe. It didn't blink. It just watched. And then it spoke. You found the mouth. Its voice was mine but flatter, like someone playing a recording that had been copied too many times. I asked without speaking, "What are you?" It smiled. Not wide, not sinister, just slightly too slow. "I'm what you were supposed to be." I didn't understand. I tried to wake up, forced my eyes open, pulled my fingers to my mouth like I've done in other dreams. But everything held firm, heavy, rooted. The forest pulsed gently, like it was breathing around me. When I looked back, the other me was closer. I hadn't seen it move. It stared with those two still eyes. I could feel them in my skull, like someone pressing from inside. "You ask questions wrong," it said. "You speak like you haven't been opened yet." I turned to run, but the dream held me. My legs moved like they were made of fabric soaked in glue. My mouth filled with something warm, thick. I looked down. Roots had grown over my feet. Through them, my skin split gently where they passed. No pain, just a sensation of change. The other me was beside me now. It bent down to whisper. "I spoke to you first. You answered in waking." I woke up choking. My mouth was full of dirt, wet, cold, and black. I vomited onto the sheets and ran to the sink. My fingernails were packed with soil, my throat raw. My tongue burned like I'd swallowed something acidic. I didn't sleep for 2 days after that. But when I finally passed out again, he was waiting. Same forest, same breathless trees, same thick air. He was sitting now, beside a still pond that didn't reflect the sky. He was humming in my voice. This time I asked aloud, "Why me?" He blinked. "Because I remembered how to become. And you forgot what you were made of." I watched as he dipped his hand into the water. It didn't ripple. Instead, it opened. A mouth in the pond, huge and toothless, inhaling silently. A wind curled through the trees. I couldn't feel it on my skin, but it tugged at something inside me. I told him I wanted to wake up. "You never do." I screamed. He screamed back perfectly synchronized. A mockery. The trees bent toward us, leaves hissing in a language I felt but didn't understand. Something moved under the ground. Something mirrored my pulse. I woke up bleeding from the nose. The mirror in the bathroom was cracked down the center. No memory of how. Just my reflection splitting clean in half. I stopped dreaming, but he didn't. I see flashes now. Daylight tremors. Peripheral flickers. Reflections that hold too long. I caught him once in a store window, watching me walk past while he stood still. He's thinner now. Sharper. More confident. More here. Every time I fall asleep, the dreams get clearer. He shows me things I haven't done yet. Places I've never seen but somehow recognize. And each time I wake, something's changed. A word I've never used slips into conversation. I hum a tune I've never heard. People treat me like I said something I don't remember saying. I found a notebook on my desk yesterday in handwriting that almost looks like mine. Pages filled with conversations. One entry. Me. Who are you? Him. The side that answered. Me. Answered what? Him. The knock inside your voice. The final page had one sentence written over and over again. If you dream of yourself, make sure you wake up first. But I don't think I have. Last night, he smiled, and I felt it. In my real mouth. Felt my lips move against my will. I looked in the mirror and saw him blinking just before me. I've stopped dreaming, but he hasn't. Now the silence between sleep and wake feels crowded. A pressure, like someone's breath held inside my skull. I lie in bed, motionless, eyes open, staring at the ceiling, but I feel Itham moving around me. Not beside, not above, inside. He's learned how to walk during the day, and he uses my name. It began small, glitches in memory, moments lost. I'd reach for something in the fridge I didn't remember buying, find half-written notes in my handwriting, detailing things I hadn't done, times, locations, conversations, all precise. One morning, I found a photo on my phone. I was asleep in bed, taken from just above me, but there was no one else in the house. Later that day, a coworker asked how my hike went. What hike? The one you took yesterday. You sent pictures. I didn't, but I checked my messages. There they were. Photos of trails I didn't walk, trees I didn't pass. In the last one, I'm standing by a cliff, smiling. But it's not my smile. It's his. He's using my face like a mask, wearing it more confidently than I ever did. I tried staying awake for 3 straight days. Thought if I could keep myself conscious, I could stall him, lock the doors between us. But I only made myself vulnerable. Exhaustion scraped the edges of my mind raw. I started seeing him in every reflective surface. Not standing where I should be, standing behind me, smiling, wide now, confident. He didn't need the forest anymore, or the dreams. He'd found the door inward, and he's not knocking anymore. He's slipping through. Sometimes when I speak, the words don't feel like mine. The voice is the same, the tone, the rhythm. But afterward, I'm left wondering why I said them. People look at me differently now, like I've grown a second layer. I hear him humming again. Only now, it's not in my dreams. It's in my walls. Low. In the wiring. The vents. The pipes. A melody that loops like a question waiting for the right voice to answer. I tried recording it, but the playback is silent except at the very end, where my own voice whispers, "Don't close your eyes at the same time." What does that mean? I've begun to see what he sees. Flashes. Dreamscapes stitched to my waking life. I'll look at a road and see it curve into the sky. I'll open a drawer and find moss growing inside. I blink, and the room is darker than it should be, even at noon. Things shift where I'm not looking. And sometimes, I watch myself do things I don't remember doing. I woke up standing in the backyard, mouth full of soil, a small figure of twine and nails clutched in my hand, still warm. No idea how I got there, but I felt proud. Not me proud. Him. I checked the notebook again. The entries are changing. They're written in different handwriting is. Long, deliberate strokes. Observations. He resists when tired, easier when fed. Spoke to neighbor. They believe it's him. Dream access achieved. Preparing descent. Descent? The last page is dated for tomorrow. Full alignment imminent. He is beginning to forget his own voice. We are almost synchronized. I tried to scream. My mouth didn't open. My reflection blinked without me. The glass breathed. I smashed the mirror, but behind the shatter was another layer still intact. A version of me staring calmly, tilting its head slowly. It mouthed something I couldn't hear. I ran. Didn't look back. Didn't sleep. But last night, I felt him sleep. Deep, peaceful, like slipping into the ocean after struggling for hours. My limbs relaxed. My thoughts quieted, and I watched myself from the outside. He was smiling. He had my voice, my skin, my name. I screamed from the inside, clawed at the walls of my mind, but it was distant-like, yelling underwater. He turned toward the mirror, looked directly at me, spoke aloud. I'm awake now, and I knew he wasn't talking to anyone else. He was telling me that I'm the dream now, and he's the one who gets to wake up.